4 unconventional ways to prevent burnout at work. Welcome back everyone, this is Victoria from PsycHunt, and in this video we're going to talk about 4 unconventional ways that you can prevent yourself from burnout at work. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental tiredness or exhaustion brought by prolonged stress. Burnout is totally not the same as stress. Mainly, it can appear at work. So, for example, we can see burnout at work. However, burnout appears in many other areas in life. For example, childcare, parenting, and even in romantic relationships. In this video, I'm going to talk about mainly burnout at work and how you can save yourself from not experiencing burnout. Some people are more prone to experience burnout. For example, hardworking people, highly motivated, and people who tend to compare themselves to others, and others are not so much keen to experience burnout. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 unconventional ways or not so common ways that you can prevent burnout, specifically at work. The first not so conventional way to prevent yourself from burnout is setting healthy boundaries. What do I mean by this? This is the skill of learning how to say no. We cannot be available for anything at any point of time. This means that for certain activities, sometimes in life, doesn't matter if it's at work or in other contexts, you would need to say just no. For example, when I was in university, I was so much engaged in so many different activities. So apart from studying, I also used to volunteer, I used to travel for conferences, for trainings, and many kinds of activities. Basically, I just couldn't stop myself from engaging in so many different activities. However, at certain point of time, you learn that you have to say no to certain engagements. For example, when your manager is asking you to engage in a 6th project and you're already working on 5 projects and you're having a deadline, maybe you will feel like you're not so sure whether to decline something. However, it's totally healthy to just reject the offer or something else that you're doing. The second example is when it's Monday and you have a deadline at 2 p.m. for instance, and your colleague is asking you to review her work. However, you still haven't finished your work. This is the time for you to definitely say no and reject in order to save yourself and just prevent the unpleasant feeling that you might be experiencing if you just accept everything and stay overwhelmed with so many different activities. The second thing that you can do in order to save yourself from burnout is giving others without expecting anything in return or volunteering. It has been believed that helping others in quick and easy ways can make us feel better. Also, it makes us feel better to have a meaning in the work that we're doing and to feel happy and satisfied with ourselves. For example, one day your colleague might ask you for particular advice or maybe a recommendation. This might take maybe 1 or 2 seconds of your time. However, I'm sure that you will feel much better with that. For instance, when I was working back in the times, in the same time I used to volunteer and also helping the marginalized groups of people, even without expecting anything in return. However, I felt that I had meaning in my life in the same time. It made me to keep focus on my work in the same time, and also I tried to stay away from experiencing burnout feelings. The third, and in my opinion, the most important way to save yourself from burnout is psychotherapy or psychological counseling. Among people who are not engaged in any psychotherapy activities, who are not mental health professionals, it's not so common to think about psychotherapy. However, I highly recommend psychotherapy as a way to understand your thoughts, understand your feelings, and not only to understand, but also transform the way that you're feeling, the way that you're acting, and make clear plans about your life. Psychotherapy is a long-term strategy that can prevent you from burnout, and not only from this, but also from other unpleasant emotions or thoughts that you would like to change. So, with psychotherapy, you can understand your thoughts and feelings, you can make clear plans how to change them, and in the same time, you will feel much better. With psychotherapy, you can dig deeper into your mind. This means that you can understand the reasons why you're experiencing stress, why you're experiencing burnout. And in that way, by understanding more about yourself, you can find a clear way that will help you in your work. The fourth unconventional way, which is somehow related to the third topic, to psychotherapy and digging deeper into your brain, is journal of emotions. Journal of emotions means having a journal like any regular one that you were having in the past. Basically, every day writing what you did and how you felt. However, with the journal of emotions, you write how you felt every day. For example, this is what I'm doing. By the end of each day, I always write what happened this day, how did I feel, was I frustrated at work, did I have any problem that made me feel angry or mad. You can choose whether you want to have journal of emotions for the whole spectrum of emotions or a journal of one particular emotion. For example, you can have a journal for anger, you can have a journal for sadness, and every day you have to write down before you go to sleep, usually a few sentences about what made you feel sad, what was the situation. And this makes you feel much more relieved and you'll be much fresh the next day. I assume you might be very busy with activities, and what happens if you can't write every single day? I would suggest you to just have a schedule, for example, writing every third day or every third night about how did you feel in the past 2 or 3 days. I hope these strategies were useful to you, and let me know in the comments below, have you ever experienced burnout, and which one of these strategies you feel like trying out? Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.